Hello, hello. I'm late. I know I'm late. I'm late. I'm late because I'm just back from. We've just done a stream on the Red Bull Indie Forge channel here in Milan, and it was on the other side of town. So I apologize to anyone here who was waiting to see my face. Not many of you, luckily for you. But this was due to the fact that this was happening on the other side of town. So taking the tube and all that kind of stuff took quite a long time. Welcome to everyone. Hello, Mordante. Hello, Yog Dog. How are you guys? Also, the other thing is because I'm super late, because I've just arrived, I am very unprepared, but somebody was so kind to write all the notes here for me. So I should have everything on hand, and I should know what is happening in the fantastic world of Slitherine these days. As you know, we are in a busy summer period, busy for us, busy that so much that we're sort of there's a lot happening. There's I guess you know that we've got something happening next week, and I'm going to talk about that in a few moments. We're also preparing a number of events. There's a big strategy sale coming towards the end of the summer. There's going to be a big War Games sale and event coming in September. As you know, last year we launched this idea of doing Home of War Gamers live, as in a single day dedicated to war games, like the hardcore stuff that you guys all love. We have decided to extend it. It's going to be a full week of events and things happening this year. It's happening in September. Then we're also organizing our professional clients reunion in September as well. There's a lot happening, and all the summer we're sort of preparing for that. I'm also trying to check the chat and see if you guys have questions in the meantime. So make sure you ask all the questions you want in a chat, and I'll make sure I answer them. As you guys know, we are preparing, as in the preparation for all the fall event and end of summer event and autumn and winter events. There's a lot happening on the current franchises and on the new releases. The new releases stuff, I think we're covering mostly towards you guys asking questions and me trying to answer them as much as I can. So if you need, did you burn the tie? No, I've got a tie upstairs, but because I knew you were going to make a comment about the tie, Mordante, I decided to take the tie off. Now you're making a comment about me not wearing a tie. Now it's confusing me a lot, but that's right. Hard. So I was saying we've got the future releases, but also the existing franchises. And talking about the existing franchises, new content is going to come before the end of the year for Master of Magic, Battle Sector, Gladius, Starship Troopers, Panzer Corps. There's a lot that before the end of the year we are going to deliver in terms of DLCs, new content, new updates, Distant Worlds 2, War in the East, Flashpoint campaigns. A lot of that is in the making. So we'll make sure that during the summer we'll update you about all these things that are going to happen. But if you've got specific questions, just ask and we'll try and answer all of them. One of the things that we have already announced is that we are soon going to have a new DLC coming for Master of Magic. It's called Rise of the Soul Trapped, and on top of having new wizards and a lot of new cool features, this DLC will provide with a new race, the Soul Trapped. So the idea is that we bring a new sort of life to the game by introducing tech magic, and so this idea of bringing, kind of machines in the game towards, this trying to bring something kind of different from a different angle. I know that this is going to be something that the core fans of Master Magic are going to be like, not sure about that. but it's, believe me, it's really something that would, adding new features and this new layer of a sort of type of race and wizards is going to really enhance the game. And the idea is that, as we progress, as we add more content to the game, we also want to add more, gameplay ideas to how the game, behaves and, your experience. Most of the, new wizards usually are, a little bit of a different angle for something that's already existing, that's already there. So it's like slight variations of gameplay. In this DLC, what we're trying to bring is something that's really fresh and new and different. So you all want to sort of try it out. And whilst, for new wizards, usually it's like, okay, let me try this one. It's just slightly different. So it goes like compartmentalizing, the gameplay into sort of sub interest. So this one is something that's almost like a new game experience, and that's why we tried something so different and new and fresh. I hope we all like it. You'll like it. Steampunk, yes, kind of. Tech magic, it's how we like to call it, but yes. Sorry if I'm turning the tea time into beer time, but it's upstairs. It's about 40 degrees, so we need something fresh. The hot tea is not the ideal in this current situation. Checking some of the chat. It was really a pity that BA communication on Steam stopped immediately now for roughly 5 months. As you probably referring about Broken Arrow, I guess. I think that's Broken Arrow. Is it Broken Arrow? On Broken Arrow, the news on Broken Arrow, I can tell you, is that we're frantically trying to address the big elephant in the room. There's the multiplayer experience that that the developer is working hard on. We have sort of stopped doing, more of the same type of communication because we are, really focusing on trying to address that aspect of the game, which is not simple at all, to be honest. We're really trying hard to sort of fix that in so much that the multiplayer experience, the multiplayer beta comes to all of you in a state that you all can enjoy it, instead of using, the players as testers in a way. So that's what we're focusing on right now, and that's why the communication has slowed down a bit. But it's not going to be too far in the future that we're going to tell you more about that game. Water, drink water. I've got my grandfather would have something to say about water. But we're Italians. We're more on wine than anything else. Yes. So one big thing I want to talk about now is Stargate, right? As you guys know, we were planning to release Stargate towards the end of July to match with the anniversary of the release of SG-1. That didn't happen. That didn't happen for, I guess, 2 reasons. I wish I could say that, it's related to the fact that, we're, late on all aspects of the game, but really the core reasons are related to the fact that very specific parts of the game have been slowed down. And I'm referring specifically to the storytelling aspect of the game, and some, more character-related things like, voiceovers and animations and things. Stuff that's very much related to stuff that, as developers and publishers of strategy games, we're not usually doing a lot. Stargate is a narrative-driven game, and narrative-driven stuff, it's not something that we are used to do, especially when you link it to something that's very specific as Stargate, a group of people with a lot of, experiences, with a life, with, stuff to, stories to tell and all that kind of stuff. We're not used to do it because, our games are very much related to, very sort of higher subjects. We are now faced with telling the stories of these characters, And when we have to do that, we've encountered, stuff that we have never been, used to do. So Stargate, we have a property that we need, as we're doing for everything else. We did it for Starship Troopers, for Battlestar Galactica, for Warhammer games. We want to be true to the IP 100%, and being true to Stargate means that we have a responsibility in telling stories of these characters. And that's why, the game has suffered. I mean, the game is there. You could actually play the game right now, as in, playing all the episodes of the game, very much like start to finish. But that part of the storytelling, of being true to the Stargate IP, it's something that we need more work on. Nevertheless, before, we still want to sort of give you news about it. So next week on Thursday, at around this time, we'll have a live show where the developers at Slitherine Poland, and they're coming here in Milan, and Neil and the producers team is also coming here to Milan to discuss about the game, to show you the game. We're having a full episode being showed start to finish. We'll introduce you to all the different settings, and there's going to be a lot of stuff to be showed during this live stream. I'm particularly proud of what we're doing with this game, because it's branching out a lot from what we're used to do. And I have to say that what I've seen so far is really, really cool and impressive. So I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited to see your reactions, and also the reactions of the Stargate community out there. There's quite a lot of core communities of Stargate, people that are in love with SG-1 as much as we are. And we want to show them, what we've come up with. I'm excited about that. So, next week, if you tune in, it's going to be tea time, and then the Stargate live show. So tea time on time, and the Stargate live show. So make sure you tune in for that. We're going to tell you about the characters as well. The game itself, we're going to show one full episode, and the other thing we're also going to show you is some of the depth of the stuff you can do within the game. And if you're familiar with the style, it's very much like Commandos, Desperados type thing in terms of gameplay, but with an extra layer of, okay, I'm trying to, really launch what we are almost intending as a new TV series. Like, it's a Stargate Timekeepers, is a branch out of SG-1 with a new team, and we're looking at every mission in the game is an episode with stuff that unfold, a story that unfolds, and a story that's, I guarantee you, it's really amazing, and full of depth and interesting facts and plot twists, and there's lots happening. So make sure you tune in next week. I look forward to see you over there, and I won't be live for that. I will be on Tea Time, and Francesco and the Stargate team will host the live show for showcasing Stargate. And so, and give us your feedback and so on. And by the way, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but during the live show, we'll also start a beta. So you'll also be able to start subscribing to the beta. I don't think I'm allowed to say this. Whatever, that's fine. I'm sorry, but a lot of the screenshots you showed so far are not really looking Stargate. Kind of disagree there. I don't know what you mean with looking Stargate, but you'll see that a lot of the stuff we're doing is very much Stargate. It's really about going back to, I guess, going back to looking at especially the late series, from 5 to onwards of SG-1. And if you look at environments and what we're trying to represent in terms of traveling through different locations and such, it does look tremendously like a Stargate show. So I'm tune in and see yourself, and I think you'll you'll find it that, the mere fact that we're starting from an existing SG1 location gives you a good idea of, how much we want to be linked to the series. But yeah, I mean, join in and we'll see what you think about it. Is there a new projected release date? We'll tell you more about that next week, but it's not far. I mean, it's definitely going to be this year. It's definitely going to be this side of Christmas, and not even close to Christmas. So we're not too far away. I mean, beta testing for this game is not going to be as extensive as for some other games because, again, as said, the actual gameplay is there. The missions, the episodes can be played from start to finish. It's all about balancing and trying to find, especially for these types of games, most of the balancing is about difficulty and making sure that these are approachable. So that's really what we're trying to achieve with the beta. Trying to make that sure that the progression in the game is good enough. There's no dark forests in the game. There are dark forests. Very dark. Some of the screenshots we were grabbing for the show next week, I was saying, these are too dark. Can we light them up a bit? So there are dark forests. Any news on Panzer Pacific Yogg-Dog? Stop it. There's news on Stargate on Marco, stop. You're saying I'm saying too many things. I'm sorry. This is not the live stream for Stargate. You'll see the Dark Forests next week anyway. At least I can say that. Don't spoil the event. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Can I say something about? Just give me another question. Okay, I'll tell you about Pacific. Not happening this year. We have more content happening for Panzer Corps this year, but not on Pacific. We've got in active development now for Panzer Corps. We've got at least 3 different DLCs and different types of DLCs, I would say. So there's going to be a lot more happening on Panzer Corps, and I know we had a sort of a transition year on the game, but there's good reasons for that. I won't go into the details, but you'll see a lot more happening on Panzer Corps in 2020, end of this year, and 2024. That's for sure. Marco, can you tell us more about Stargate? Is there an event coming up? No, nothing. No. Modern Naval Warfare, Mordante. Modern Naval Warfare is fast approaching beta, and beta is definitely going to happen before Christmas. Not releasing this year, for sure. We'll have more news about Modern Naval Warfare during the live event we've got coming up in September, and hopefully the Masters Bros are going to join us for that here and tell you more about where we're going with the game. Do you manage just one team? No, I won't answer more Stargate, guys. I've got people on the back there just trying to kill me for all I've said. So next week. Headquarters will do. Is there a release date for winter 23-24? Headquarters, I think a realistic release date will probably be around spring next year. I think very realistically, that's what's going to happen. I think so. Battle Sector. I won't have news about Battle Sector on Friday. Tomorrow. Is that tomorrow? Yes, on Friday. Tomorrow. We'll announce a new tournament on Battle Sector, an Orcish tournament. Again, this game is going to have more stuff happening in the next 3 or 4 months. There's a lot in development for Battle Sector. Battle Sector is actually on sale right now. So if you go on Steam, you'll find it on sale with some of the other sci-fi games we've got. There's a Distant Worlds on sale. There's more stuff on sale. So check on our Slitherine publisher page for discounts. Battle Sector is a game that's going to have more DLCs this year. There's going to be free stuff coming. There's going to be more tournaments. And I mean, the amount of success Battle Sector is having this year, and how fast it's growing. It's thank you all guys, because it thanks you. I mean, the game is great already. We are very very happy about it. We were planning to do more content, but as we go, we think that there's enormous potential for adding more and more stuff to the game, and I know you guys were asking for narrative-driven stuff, more narrative-driven stuff, and that's also going to come in the future. So stay tuned, because there's a lot happening on Battle Sector. Fog 2 news. I don't have any Fog 2 news, Mordante. I will answer your questions all the time, and every time you'll ask about questions about Fog 2, I'll tell you I have no news, until one day I'll tell you I've got news. That's what's going to happen. I'll ask to be surprised, but for example, oh yeah, I mean, no, I won't say anything about Stargate, but there's a lot of reasons why we made some choices, and I think that you'll find that all the choices we made on the game are actually based on reasoning, and there's reasons why stuff happens. Also tomorrow we're going to launch new screenshots for Terminator. Terminator is again one of these games that we're releasing this year. There's more stuff coming. I mean, in terms of showing the three factions and how the game plays. I'm also pushing this idea of, okay, we have to show you more locations. I mean, during the live stream, we've showed you very specific location where the live stream were focused on. The game contains a lot of locations, a lot of different buildings, a lot of different settings, environments, and such. So we're trying to drip feed this as we approach release, and trying to show you the amount of content the game will have. Terminator is probably, I don't know. I guess to me, it's probably within the top 3 RTSs released in the last 3 or 4 years. It's just a fantastic game. So I really hope that you guys are going to try it out and see, because as a game, it just works very very well. There's all the layer of the storyline, Terminator, and the IP and so on. But as a game, as an RTS, I think this could be one of the best RTSs ever released. It's really really very very good. I had a question. If you wanted to check, where the Legion units were in the screenshots. That's I don't know. Spot them. How was my holiday? My holiday was good, Mordante. We went to Vietnam for 2 weeks with the family. It was very cool. It was very challenging. Go to Vietnam for 2 kids was an interesting experience, but it was very, very good, actually. We had a very, very fun time. I wish I was still there in some ways. But no, I'm very happy to be here with you guys as well. First couple of days in the office were very hectic and very hard, but we managed to overcome all that and make sure that we had a good comeback. By the way, thanks Fury Software for Strategic Command Imperial Sunrise free game. Absolutely. I have to agree with that. And thanks to Yogdog for streaming Strategic Command like there's no tomorrow. Strategic Command will have more content coming in the next few months, so stay tuned on that. This idea of doing DLCs, paid for, free DLCs and all kind of stuff is really something that's picking up fast with the Fury Software. So there's a lot more happening in the future, so stay tuned for more of that. There's also, I wanted to also give you an idea of the different streams we're getting in the near future. So tomorrow we have a pretty intense day. Gamer is playing Panzer Corps at 6 p.m. Yogdog is playing Orcs, Battle Sector Orcs 8 p.m. and Das Tactic is playing Master of Magic at 10 p.m. On Saturday, we have Richard York playing Field of Glory 2 battle. I don't know the name of the battle. Maybe someone can write in the chat. I don't know. At 6 p.m. And next week on Monday, big Matrix games. Monday, Yog Dog is playing Flashpoint Campaign Southern Storm at 4:15. Hexaboo is playing Rule the Waves 3 at 6:15. And again, thanks to everyone who bought and reviewed Rule the Waves 3. The game's flying. I mean, we're so happy about it. Like, very, very happy about it. And the developers are also very happy. At NWS, we're looking at adding more and more stuff to the game as we go. At XRG is also playing after that. Strategic Command American Civil War, Imperial Sunrise, Imperial Sunshine, 8:15. Vietnam, the new Disneyland. Did you visit some historic battlefield in Nam? We did. I have to say that it's an interesting experience to see some of the traces of war in Vietnam, and seeing it from different perspective. To be honest, having a local guide and all that kind of stuff. It was pretty interesting and pretty, emotional experience, I would say. So, and one of the things that when you travel, you sort of see all different angles, and you'll hear a lot of opinions and things about it. And I have to say that was a very, very emotional moment of my holiday. Thanks for asking. It's we made good memories, I would say. Also on the sales, I wanted to say, I think we've got quite a lot of stuff happening. We've got Gladius, Battle Sector, Distant Worlds, Battlestar Galactica, Deadlock, all on sale right now on Steam. Make sure Sanctus Reach as well. So make sure you check them out. It's a sort of sci-fi themed sale we're running right now. And again, this is just to highlight the fact, when you try and you're interested in a particular game and so on, and you want to know if it's discounted, on every Monday we publish an article on our site called "What's the Deal?" We also publish it on Twitter and such. But if you go on our site on Slitherine.com on the Monday afternoon, you'll see a "What's the Deal" article, and that lists all the discounts we've got across all stores. So it can be GOG, it can be Games Planet, Gamersgate, Steam, and so on. There's a lot of stuff happening every week, and we try sort of to cycle the games and run on sale. So make sure to check that out. Everyone buys Sanctus Reach, underrated game. I agree. Well, not underrated, but I guess that it didn't have enough love back in the days. I think that it's one of these games I always wished we could do more with. But we have Battle Sector now, and it's sort of the spiritual successor of Sanctus Reach. That's always what it was intended to be, in a way. More questions? I don't think so. No? Right. Well, guys, we'll see you next week. One thing next week, I don't know if you know, but there will be a Stargate event happening. Next week, we're also sort of going to resume normal time for tea time. Hopefully, this is going to last for the rest of the summer. There will probably be during the summer in August 1 week we're not going to stream tea time because of lack of personnel, but we're doing our best to keep it running across the summer. We're also doing a special tea time from Gamescom in Germany when all the team will be there, like we did from GDC. And guys, make sure that you tune in next week. Again, I'm happy to answer all the questions about Stargate. I'm pretty bullish about what we've done in the game so far, and answering hopefully all the community's questions coming from the community of the core Stargate fans. There's a lot to be answered, and I really hope that you're all going to show up to discuss about the game and see what we've got in house for you. Yes, Fog 3, 4, 5, Fog Kingdoms coming as well. So on that note, I'll see you all next week, and happy beer time.
The attraction towards new experiences is powerful. Alienware gear isn't made to resist that pull. It's made to accelerate it, to transport you to new places where you can embrace difference and leave familiar behind, bringing you ever closer to the ultimate experience. See you on the other side.